Today, we're diving into a journey that I think is pretty universal. It's that path from feeling completely and utterly lost to finding real strength in the one person who's always going to be there, yourself. We're going to unpack a raw, honest piece of writing that maps out this exact experience, from rock bottom all the way to resilience.
And it all starts with this one line, a simple, but man, a devastating statement that just sets the whole scene. It's that feeling, that gut punch when the world you thought you knew, it's just gone.
So it starts quietly. It's this feeling of just being lost, completely and totally adrift, with no land anywhere in sight.
And then this deep chill sets in. And it's not just about the weather, right? It's the cold of being totally alone. That stark reminder that all the warmth you used to feel is just gone. From there, it's just nothing. An overwhelming emptiness. It's more than just being sad. It's this hollowed out feeling where your life used to be.
And then comes the really terrifying part, the feeling that you're completely without a future. The horizon just disappears. It's this awful, gut-wrenching sense that you're out of time and you are out of options.
So yeah, this whole first part, we're calling it a world lost. It's all about digging into that deep, disorienting feeling when your personal map of the world just goes completely blank.
And you see, this feeling of being lost, it goes way deeper than just being sad. It's like a complete shutdown of your sense of purpose. You feel like you've just strayed in cold and misery, looking at a future with zero opportunities. All those things you used to chase, adventures, achievements, greatness, they all just fade away. And what's left is this internal paralysis, a horizon that is totally empty.
And wow, this quote just nails the heart of that paralysis, doesn't it? It's that moment of pure confusion. The basic instruction manual for how to live just seems to have been erased. It's such a raw, honest way of saying, I am completely and utterly stuck.
Okay, but it's right here, at this absolute rock bottom, that something really important starts to shift. Because when you can't look outside for answers anymore, well, there's only one place left to turn, right? Inward.
And this is it. This is the pivot. The single most important realization in this whole story. When every support system, every plan, every person is gone, there's one thing that's still there. I have but myself. It's a really stark thing to realize, but it's also incredibly powerful.
So this idea, this abandoned family of one, it totally reframes what being alone means. It's not about being a victim of abandonment anymore. Instead, you start to see yourself as a complete, self-sufficient unit. You become your own foundation, your own support system.
And this is that first little spark of hope. After all that loss, all that confusion, this one single defiant thought just pushes through, that no matter what, no matter how empty things feel, you are still worthy. It's this quiet little declaration that becomes the seed for everything that happens next. But recognizing your worth is one thing. Actually acting on it, that's a whole other ballgame. So how do you take that tiny flicker of hope and turn it into real momentum? How do you even begin to start over from absolute zero?
Well, that question leads us right into our third part, the strength to break free. This is all about taking that new sense of self-worth and turning it into agency, the actual power to change your own situation.
And you can really see the transformation here. On one side, you have that old state, being trapped, confused, just wandering around in misery. But on the other side, that's the result of embracing your own worth. It becomes the strength to break free. It gives you permission, really, the freedom to just explore and exist again without needing some pre-written map.
And this right here, this is like the ultimate framework for resilience. It's a super simple two-step plan. First, a door closes, you look for a window, find another way. But that second line, that's the real game changer. Because if even the window is closed, your final resource is always you. Just your ability to stand, to endure, that becomes the ultimate source of your power.
Okay, so you've found your worth, you've tapped into that inner strength. Now what? Well, this final section is about putting it all into practice. How do you actually build a new path forward, one step at a time?
And what's so powerful about this is how methodical it is. It's not some magic trick, right? It's a deliberate process. It starts with the most basic thing you can do, just breathe. Get yourself regulated. Then you take time to reflect. No rushing. And only after that do you choose a direction and pour everything you've got into it. It's a real, practical blueprint for rebuilding from the ground up.
But here's the thing. None of those steps, the breathing, the reflecting, the aiming,
None of it is possible without one core ingredient. You can't take a single step forward if you don't have a fundamental belief, a trust in the process and in yourself.
It has to start with trusting your own actions, believing that every little step you take is building towards something, that your effort actually matters.
And then it gets bigger. You start to trust in your roles, the parts you play as a friend, a creator, a survivor, whatever they may be.
And from there, it expands even further into a kind of faith in the universe, a trust that even when you can't see the path, you're part of a bigger story, and your journey has meaning.
And finally, it all comes full circle, right back to the most important thing. Because you can't trust your actions or your roles or the universe without this foundation, an unshakable trust in your own worth. That is the engine that drives everything.
So we'll leave you with this to think about. This whole journey from abandonment to self-trust, it teaches us to always look for the window when a door closes. But maybe more importantly, it teaches us that even when there's no window, we are still standing. And sometimes, that's all the opening you really need.